In this video, I'm going to show you how I created a cinematic Ferrari commercial in a free software called Blender in just 8 steps. Yeah, only 8. Unless you count all the lunch breaks, YouTube scrolling, and existential crisis. But don't worry, if you stick around till the end, you'll not only learn how I created a scene like this, but you'll also see the final results. Plus, you'll also learn an ancient Blender secret of how not to crash your PC. No guarantees though. Step 1. Finding a high-quality Ferrari model and rigging it using the RIGACAR add-on. For this commercial, I'm using this gorgeous Ferrari 250 GTP model made by Pierre Louis. Big shout out to him, this thing is super clean. Now rigging. Yeah, this part can be rough. You've got to make sure every single part is named correctly or the RIGACAR add-on is going to throw a tantrum. Bruh. If the rig doesn't work, you feel like your whole life is falling apart. But hey, that's Blender for you. Just take your time, double check your names, and you'll be good. Step 2. Designing the environment. So the commercial kicks off in a dark interior, kind of like an underground parking garage. I found this awesome environment on CG Trader that matched the vibe I was going for. I imported my rigged Ferrari and then placed some small LED light tubes around it. I gave them emission shaders because we're fancy. Then I set up some area lights to sweep over the car, making it look all cinematic, highlighting different parts of the bodywork like it's the star of the show, because it is. Close-ups are key here, with depth of field enabled to make sure everything looks super crispy. But that's just the intro. The main event happens on the mountain road. I started with a mesh plane, slapped on a high-quality road texture, adjusted it in the UV editor, and then used a bump node plus displacement maps to add some, well, bumps. Next, I used an array modifier to stretch the road along a curved path. For the terrain, I used proportional editing to add subtle hills and valleys because realism. Then I textured the terrain with some nice grass. Now the mountains. I enabled the landscape add-on and used it to customize my mountains, scaled it up, and duplicated it using Alt plus D. But here's where I got sneaky. Instead of using actual 3D models on the mountains, because I like my PC not melted, I used PNG images of trees and scattered thousands of them. Thousands. My PC was sweating. You just gotta be careful not to add too much. For the terrain close to the road, I used actual tree models from my Bugatti commercial project, scattered them with a particle system, and called it a day. Oh, and I added some light posts and had them follow the curved path because what's a mountain without some dramatic lighting? Step 3. Lighting. Lighting was simple. I grabbed a high-quality HDRI from Polyhaven and matched the environment. Literally drag and drop and boom, you got light. Okay, there's a bit more to it, but we're pretending it's that easy. Step 4. Animating the car. Now for the fun part, making the car move. I added a follow path constraint to the car rig and keyframed the offset factor from 0 to 1. 0 is the starting point, 1 is where the car reaches the final line, or drives off a cliff if you didn't set up your curve right. For the wheels, I let RIGACAR do its thing. I automatically added wheel rotation and steering, so I could sit back and pretend I'm an animation wizard. Step 5. Camera animation, aka how I made my PC cry. I attached multiple cameras directly to the car by parenting them to one part. That way, I could move the cameras around and they'd still be following the car like loyal pets. I ended up with 14 camera angles. 14! And that's 14 different shots for one car driving on the road. Not to mention the intro shots of the car. But hey, variety keeps things interesting, right? And totally makes your render queue suffer. Step 6. Adding extra mountains, clouds, and some vibes. Next, I added some more mountains using BlenderKit, duplicated them, threw them in the background for depth, and called it a day. I also scattered some more trees across the mountains because trees. Never enough trees. Then I thought, you know what, this needs clouds. So I grabbed some clouds from Blender Market, drop them right in front of the camera so they would swoosh by. Step 7. Horse running scenes. I felt like this commercial needed some horse running scenes because the Ferrari logo is a horse. I went on to Sketchfab and downloaded this free horse model. The best part was it already had a running animation applied. So I just made a quick mountainy scene and duplicated the horses and had them all run in the same direction. I captured 3 different angles and that was it. Step 8. Editing. Almost there. Don't click away yet. Once I rendered all my shots, which took way longer than I want to admit, I brought everything into DaVinci Resolve. I edited the clips to match the beat of the music. Makes a huge difference in how cinematic it feels. Added some lens flares because if J.J. Abrams can do it, so can we. I threw in some color grading, text, and some effects, and boom, Ferrari commercial done. Alright, here's the final result. Enjoy. So yeah, that's how I made a Ferrari commercial in Blender. After spending about 2 weeks on this project, I definitely learned a few things. First, lighting and camera work make or break a CGI commercial. No matter how good your model is, if your lighting is off, it won't feel cinematic. Second, optimization is key. Some of my renders took way longer than they should have because I didn't optimize my scene early on. So don't make my mistake. And lastly, you don't need $1 million budget to create something that looks high-end. If you understand composition, motion, and storytelling, you can make anything look expensive, even with free tools like Blender. That's it for this one. If you want more behind-the-scenes breakdowns like this, let me know in the comments, and if you're serious about learning 3D animation and turning it into a career, I might have something for you soon. So stay tuned. Hopefully you picked up some tips, or at least got a laugh out of me almost frying my PC. If you made it till the end, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to join my community of aspiring 3D artists so you can learn how to create amazing scenes like this. Alright, it's been your boy, Only RJ. Peace.